It's time for Breaking News, our Lift Kids digital series for the month of November. With Stormy Merriweather bringing you the weather, and special segments with Stormy. With Marsha Mello bringing you today's top stories from the prophets. And with Paige Turner bringing you today's breaking news right from the news desk. Starring special guests with fascinating stories to share each week. And of course, lots of fun. On behalf of Paige Turner, Stormy Merriweather, and Marsha Mello, thank you for joining us on LIFT News.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LIFT News. I'm Paige Turner, and today we are on week 3 of our Breaking News series. We are going to be doing a special segment today about a prophet from the Bible named Zephaniah. And he has a big idea that he's going to teach us about, that when times are tough, we can count on God. But first, we have a special segment where Marsha is going to tell us about the world's largest gummy bear. Marsha? 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 Okay, I have some news that Marsha is running late, and so we're going to play a game. Okay, I'm thinking of an animal that is black and white and might smell a little stinky. Can anyone guess what animal I'm thinking of? You're right, it's a skunk. Okay, do we have a live feed from Marsha? Not yet. Okay, well, it looks like we have some footage of the world's largest burp that is ready to roll.
I know.
Great.
I know I'm on in a few minutes, but I can't find my report on the world's largest gummy bear.
Marsha, we're still rolling.
You know, I got up this morning and I slept with gum in my mouth, and then I got on my hair, and someone ate all the Lucky Charms for breakfast, and then I got in my car and I ran out of gas, and then I had to come here and I broke my shoe in the grate, and I can't find my report, and I know we're going to be on the air.
Okay, Marsha, I hate to tell you,
I know, I've got to get this gum out of my hair. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. It's been a terrible day. But you know what? You know what's been good about the day?
What?
Well, when I was in my dressing room, I was having my terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, I saw a sticky note. I read memory verse, and it says, "Be on guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong." It just made me think, no matter what kind of day I'm having, God is with me. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, Marsha, I'm glad that that verse gave you comfort and encouragement, but I've been trying to tell you that we're actually on the air right now.
Oh, you mean everyone heard about my terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day?
Okay. I'm afraid so, but unfortunately, they saw you like this, but they did hear how God encouraged you and helped you to be strong. And that actually reminds me of our prophet today, Zephaniah. He told the people of Israel that they would have some really tough days ahead. But in the end, God was with them, and they realized that they could always count on God.
So the next time you have a really terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, remember, when times are tough, you can trust and count on God.
Thank you, Marsha. Well, why don't you get your hair sorted out, and you actually have an interview with Zephaniah. Okay. So you could go. Thank you, Marsha. All right, I'm going to give her a few minutes to prepare for her interview, but now I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the prophets before we get started with our interview with Zephaniah. So the prophets were people in the Old Testament who would send news directly from God to the people. a lot of times this news that they were sharing would make them really unpopular because they would tell people things that they really didn't want to hear. And they always had to be truthful about what God wanted them to say, even though it was difficult. So today's prophet that we're going to interview, Zephaniah, is a Hebrew prophet, and he lived in a place called Judah. So at the time, the people of Israel in this area in Judah were worshiping or paying more attention to idols instead of God. And remember, idols are anything that we treat as more important than God. So at the time, there was a king, Josiah, who was also trying really hard to get the people to turn from worshiping idols and turn to worship God. So let's turn now to Marshmallow. I think she's ready. Her hair looks a lot better. She is here with Zephaniah to give him an interview with some breaking news directly from God. Go ahead, Marcia.
Hi there, I'm Marshmallow, and I'm back with more breaking news. This time, I'm here with Zephaniah, who is eager to share with us some breaking news from God. So, Zephaniah, what has God been telling you?
Well, hello, Marcia. Hello, viewers. Thanks for having me. God has sent me to tell everyone this. Everyone get ready, the day of the Lord approaches.
The day of the Lord? Isn't that like every Sunday? And what's different about this day of the Lord?
Well, it's very different. I'm talking about some difficult times that are up ahead for my people, and on this day, not so great things await people who just sit back and enjoy all the things they have without listening to God. People like this who have been selfish their whole lives will soon learn what it's like to have to work for others. They've been given many chances to obey God, but in those final days, when God comes, they will be all out of chances, and their money won't be able to save them.
Wow, that sounds terrible. But God is so good. Isn't there any good news?
Affirmative, Marcia. The day of the Lord is not here yet, so guess what? We have time. We don't have to worry about any of these awful things happening to us when we have a relationship with God. God is just waiting to welcome us with love, and get this, God will actually rejoice over us with dancing and singing. God sings.
Well, that's one dance party I don't want to miss. Thank you, Zephaniah, for that message from God. I'm sure all our viewers know what to do now to get ready for the day of the Lord. Until next time, this is Marshmallow signing off. Back to you, Paige.
Wow, thank you, Zephaniah and Marcia. That story sounds similar to some of the other ones that we've heard before from the prophets. But we know that God used these prophets to warn the people about what could happen because of their actions. Zephaniah urged the people to turn back to God before destruction would come. But even when we lose our way, or if we face difficult times in our lives, we can know that God doesn't go anywhere. God patiently waits for us to turn back to Him. And then He welcomes us with love and with joy and with singing and dancing. And we can count on Him whenever times are tough. That reminds me of our big idea today. It says, when times are tough, I can count on God. We'll be right back, but first let's turn to our episode of Grow TV.
Oh, hi there, little chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl. Sorry I'm late. My raccoon got out this morning. I'll start in a second. I just need to check the local news. I only check it once a year, and today's the day. So let's see what's been happening for the past 365 days. What? No. No! No!
Welcome to Grow TV! Hosted by Carl, where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV!
Oh man, oh man, oh man! This isn't good! There's so much bad stuff happening all over the world! It just makes me sad. No, I'm not gonna let this make me sad. I'm not! No! What's the use? Oh man! Oh! Okay, Carl, pull yourself together. How do we fight sadness? Let's look it up. Chocolate? Can't do that. Roller coasters? Afraid of heights. Holding puppies? I'm allergic to cuteness. Happiness! The cure to sadness is happiness. So how do I become happy? Well, if sad news makes me sad, then happy news should make me happy. Boom! Let's search for the happiest stories in news history. Alrighty, looks like this story comes from California, the Rocky Mountain State. Apparently there's a bear who was enormously fluffy, and he was very hungry. So hungry that he climbed into a big dumpster, ate so much, that he got stuck. Then some people called animal control and saved the bear. They were super nice, and the bear got out safe. No one was hurt. That's a good story. Look how fluffy he is. I just want to hug him, but I can't, because the bear would probably eat me. Story number 2. The story is about a man who finds a hurt hummingbird outside. Aw, don't cry, Carl. He apparently helped this bird and nursed it back to health. One day the bird became strong enough and the man released it back into the wild. Great, now they'll never see each other again. Wait a second, it says that the bird named Buzz comes back to his house once a year. He even lands back in his hands and loves being petted. Oh man, that's such a good story. I sure am feeling better now.
Hey, Carl.
Bear! Oh, hey. Hey, Cassie.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you.
Oh, sorry. How are you?
Not bad. I guess I was just kind of bummed out.
Really? Why?
Well, I looked at the news today.
Oh, got it. Yeah, that's not always the best idea.
You're telling me. Now I'm in a weird funk.
That's not good. Do you want to talk about the story this week?
Sure.
All right, let's take a look at Zephaniah.
Zephaniah, what?
Zephaniah.
Papaya?
Zeph. Naya.
Naya.
Zephaniah.
Zephaniah.
Anyways, Zephaniah was a prophet and God spoke to him all the time.
That's so cool.
It sure is. Now at this time, the people of Judah weren't listening to God.
Well, that's not good. What were they doing?
They were not following God. Instead, they were actually making idols and worshiping them instead.
Oh no. Haven't they learned their lesson by now? Kids, don't make idols. Also, don't make mud pies and eat them, no matter how good they look.
Yeah. So God told Zephaniah a very special message. A message that told them that God was going to destroy the land. You see, the people were worshiping the sun, the stars, and other fake idols like an idol named Molech. They had forgotten about God and chosen not to follow the commandments that were given to them.
Man, so God was going to destroy the land and everyone in it?
Well, not completely. You see, there were still a few people who loved God with all their hearts and souls. And because of that, they would not be part of that punishment.
That's a relief. God does not mess around when it comes to idols. But that's because the people were shown so many times that God is the one true God who loved them even in the tough times.
You couldn't be more right, Carl. As long as we turn our eyes to God and love those around us, we know we're doing what's right.
So all I have to do is look in the direction of heaven?
It's kind of the first step. When things are tough, think of God, ask God for help, and read the Bible for extra strength. There are a ton of things you can do.
Phew! Glad I don't have to rely on these eyeballs to find God. I'm a little nearsighted, or farsighted. I can't remember which sided I am. But that felt like a lot of pressure.
Yep, when you spend time with God, it helps you trust. And when times get tough, that trust will help you get through it.
And we could trust God to give us the strength to endure those tough times.
Yeah, I love knowing that when times are tough, I can trust God.
Cassie? Wait just a second. You did it.
Did what?
You just said our big idea! Today's big idea is, when times are tough, I can trust God.
So let's say it out loud on the count of 3, okay? 1,
2, 3. When times are tough, I can trust God. Yes, I can. And so can Cass. So can you. Trust God. Yes. Well, I'm glad you stopped by today, Cassie. I just hate getting so emotional. No more crying for me. Until next year, news.
No way.
What?
Did you see this photo of a chimpanzee in a diaper holding a baby kitten?
Oh my, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cute.
All right, kids, I'll see you next week.
That's adorable.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Road TV.
Thank you for joining me with our chat with Stormy. Sometimes we have weeks that there is a lot of rain and storm clouds overhead. We have to be prepared for this by wearing rain boots or a coat and bring an umbrella. These things protect us, and God is like all of these things that protect us. When times are tough, we can count on God to protect us. This week, there is a 20% chance of you experiencing some stormy days. It may be things that don't go right for you, like my coworker Marcia earlier today, or it may be that you feel sad to be away from family or friends, or that you're having a hard time with your schoolwork. But this is one thing this weather lady knows for sure. There is 100% chance that you can count on God when we have tough days. This is Stormy Merriweather reporting. I'll send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Stormy, for that reminder that we can trust God 100% of the time. Let's end our broadcast today in prayer. I thank you, Father, that you can be trusted 100% of the times. And when we go through hard times, we can put our trust and our care on you because we know how much you care about us. In Jesus' name we all say, Amen.
Friends, there may only be a 20% chance of rain today, but there's a 100% chance that God is with you. On behalf of Paige Turner, Marcia Mello, and myself, Stormy Merriweather, thank you for watching LIFT News. We'll see you next time. I'm in 100% chance of rain today, 100%.